Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please. Of the closing doors, please.
It's alive!
Transfer is available.
Your next and last stop is...
You're tuning in to the SubwayCreatures. You're tuning in to the Subway.
It is another episode. We are in the studio. It is freezing.
It is brick.
As of today, it is Monday. When we're recording this, it is below zero in New York City.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
And let me tell you, man, walking around, it sucks. It sucks.
This is Russian code right here. This is Moscow. Not Moscow. This is St. Petersburg code.
You know the difference. What's the difference? You ever been over there?
I've never been over there, but I'm a bit of a geography nut. But St. Petersburg is way more north than Moscow. Because actually, a little
That's
history.
What you meant by that. Okay.
Remember takeaway? Remember we said we're gonna takeaway. This is a little takeaway for y'all. A little history, a little piece. In World War II, when Hitler was trying to take over the world. Did you know that Hitler would have taken over the world had he not made his troops march by foot from Germany to St. Petersburg in winter?
I feel like there were a lot of mistakes like that kind of flew under the radar, so to speak. Then there was like another documentary, or I don't even know if it was a documentary. It was like another show lately that they said they think that Hitler actually survived and escaped to Mexico, and that there's a whole little village down in Mexico where it's all Germans living there.
What?
Dude, I swear to God, I can't make this shit up.
That sounds crazy. But no, that right there, that's actually because when he did that, he lost I think almost half his army. Just death and cold, marching to St. Petersburg, Russia in winter. He did that and made them do it.
That's a dumb move.
Exactly. And then when he did that, the Russian powers from the east and then the American powers from the west, they clamped him in and then got him, and then he had to retreat, went back to Germany.
See, look at this right off the bat, some takeaway. Mm-hmm. And we didn't even get into the fact that Miss Kimmy Podcast is not even here today.
Yes.
Kimmy
P ain't here.
Yeah, she hit us up right before the show. She couldn't make it, but I don't blame her. It's the kind of cold outside today where your face kind of goes numb. Anything exposed just kind of instantly goes numb and gets that tingly feeling.
Yeah, it's so cold outside. If the girl sends you the "you up" text, you text her back and say no.
Yeah,
I'm actually not up. I'm in the house and I'm sleeping. I'm not coming out.
Listen, I give everyone here credit for being here because it is Monday night and it is brick outside.
Temperature is not even puberty.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And if you don't have to be here, I don't blame you.
Exactly. This is ridiculous. I don't even know why I'm here right now.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm here. Yeah. We should have just done a bye this week. And just
I did a call-in episode. Everybody calling from the house.
yeah, one of those
FaceTime.
Exactly, FaceTime episodes. Going off that, we had a big weekend this past weekend. I mean, I haven't even been around. You could tell I got the scruff going. I've been
you got your beard going down your neck.
Oh man, I've been out of town. I've been off the grid, so to speak.
You were in Boston? Huh?
Yeah, I was actually I was up in stayed at a friend's house in Worcester. I got some friends up in Worcester.
What is that?
Worcester, Massachusetts.
What is that?
It's a
that
city.
Sounds like the setting of a horror movie.
Yeah, it's a setting of basically every Ben Affleck, Matt Damon movie. It's like that all the accents up there, and it's like Worcester, Mass. But we went up there. We went out skiing up in New Hampshire for the weekend, and then I spent the night because it was just that storm came through, and I heard you guys didn't get it that bad here, but up there they got fucking slammed, and we actually got stuck up there. So there are worse places you could get stuck. But when you're also watching the Patriots at a bar in Worcester, Massachusetts, let me tell you, that's an experience right there.
That reminds me. That sounds like when I saw Canelo fight
in Mexico.
Cotto. I was in Cozumel. I saw Canelo fight Cotto.
That's one of those events that they probably everything shuts down. The whole city just shuts down.
I think everybody in life, you have to see a sporting event like in the belly of the beast per se. You know, like watching the Patriots at the championship game of the Super Bowl in Boston, you're in the belly of the beast. You're going to have energy you never seen.
I didn't want to be there. I was doing the thing where I was just inching my chair towards the door because I didn't want to be there.
Who are you a fan of?
Dude, I'm a Giants fan through and through, gosh. And it was hard for me. I know right now it's like the world against the Patriots, but you know, people are just sick of watching them win.
I respect greatness. So, I mean, I'm not going to say like I'm sick of them.
I'm not going to lie. You know, Brady absolutely methodically won that game, just absolutely ripping that defense apart.
I think now everybody, if you didn't want to say it before, I think now kind of everybody's like, you know what, Brady's the GOAT. He's the NFL GOAT. Like Jordan.
That shit was surgical.
Yeah.
He was just...
Brady is the Jordan of the NFL.
I mean... I'm surprised you didn't say like Lonzo Ball or something, because I know that's your shit.
I'm the fourth ball brother. That's what the B in my name stand for.
But you know what was fun? Did you see? Have you heard about the Drake curse?
Yeah, both. Yeah.
Did you see that?
He had the sweatshirt on, like y'all take that, and then both games went to overtime.
He put all 4 teams that were in the playoffs and the championship games on his shirt, and both games went to OT.
Yes. So
the curse lives on.
Right. He didn't. The curse did not die.
Oh my God.
And then the Saints and the Rams had controversy.
Well, these games were intense, man. I will say it was a great day to sit down and watch football. And, you know, both games, like we said, like we just mentioned, went to overtime. They were great games. You know, both teams that ended up winning were actually the ones down in the kind of like the last minutes. And, wound up coming back to win, which, you know, but like you mentioned, there was controversy in that Saints game. It was.
I'm glad the Saints lost though, because I'm a Falcon fan. So,
well, of course you've got that going for you right there. That's kind of, I don't want to say similar, but like for me with the Patriots, you know, the Giants had those 2 wins over them, and so we always have that to go back on.
The only 2 wins y'all had,
dude. That's honestly that's all we got right now with the Patriots.
I mean, in the draft, they're saying that they want the Giants to get Dwayne Haskins from Ohio State to pair with Saquon.
Yeah, I saw that. And Haskins wants to come to New York. He's like, "Yo, sign me up."
I mean, who wouldn't want to come to the number 1 market in the country?
I know.
If you do it big here. Like, I mean, like Saquon, the Giants were terrible this year, but Saquon got endorsements. He all on my TV screen.
Oh, he's the
Rookie
of the year. That's the Rookie of the Year right there.
Yeah, but he played for the New York, so he gonna get endorsements. If he played for the Jaguars this year and he was this good, he wouldn't have the endorsements that he had.
Victor Cruz made a career out of just that alone.
Exactly.
I mean,
yeah, what, 2-3 good years for the Giants?
Yeah, all he had to do was just salsa dance. NBC started playing salsa music every time he scored. You know, it's like they
right.
It was just for him. And then he signed with Jay-Z. He signed with Jay-Z's entertainment company. Shoe? Yeah. See, that's all it takes, man.
Come to New York, come to the Giants, the New York Football Giants. You do good, you will boom and bunk with the endorsements.
Right. A lot of people also were, I'm sure, with, you know, the weather being shitty, cold, getting staying in, making it like Netflix nights.
Oh, Netflix. Oh, it's gonna be some babies. What's 9 months? Lord. Yeah. September. Ooh.
September is going to be a busy month. Busy month.
Libra's on deck. Ain't that Libra?
There's a Virgos.
Oh, it's Virgo then or Libra.
It splits, you know.
Yeah, it's like end of the month. Yeah, so this month, it's gonna be at the end. It's gonna be Libra, Virgo, like mixed. But September, boy. What's the hospitals here? Harlem Hospital, Mount Sinai. All them hospitals are gonna be just a whole bunch of pregnant women in there, boy.
Yeah. Everyone's talking about this weekend those documentaries about the Fire Festival. You see those?
I just heard about it with Ja Rule. Apparently, like
you watch both of them, and this is related a little bit to what I got going on, because it was it was an Instagram account that was basically marketing the whole festival for them. That Fuck Jerry account, which is one of the biggest. It's like one of the biggest accounts I want to say on Instagram for like the memes. And you watch the documentary. I actually know a couple of those guys. They're really nice guys. But
a team of people who do that.
Yeah. So it started off one guy. His name is Elliot. Last name's like Tabelli or Tabila or something like that.
Tbilisi.
Something like that. But he started off him, and he was smart. He turned it into a whole company for digital marketing, and they do a lot of branding stuff, integrated branding stuff. But really nice guys over there. But then, you know, I didn't know all the behind the scenes stuff of what was going on with them in this Fire Festival, but they are actually responsible for making Fire Festival as big as it actually was. They did a lot of promo stuff for them, and they were I mean, it wasn't the best look. They were still promoting this thing when it was all the way up to like the days leading up to this thing, and all of a sudden people showed up and there was no festival.
Damn.
You're like,
well, at least you showed up in the Bahamas. You know, it's worse places to show up. And
well, that's what I would have thought. But then when you see the video of where these people were, they were basically showing up to like this barren land that was just like rock. Damn. And there was like FEMA tents set up all over the place. And I guess there was a storm the night before the festival was supposed to start, and it like ripped up all the tents and everything was soaking wet, and there was no food. And
so they showed up to a hurricane recovery center.
Yeah, pretty much. And the one thing they did have was alcohol. They had like over $1 million worth of alcohol. So everyone was just twisted on the island. And then they realized we have nowhere to stay, and there were no planes, and there was no way to get anyone off this island. So you can understand the chaos.
This sounds like the apocalypse.
Dude,
that's what this sounds like.
So there's two of those documentaries that showed up at the same time. And I guess, you know, there's actually some of the same people appearing in both documentaries, but it was interesting stuff because, you know, to an extent, I kind of, you know, for the Fuck Jerry guys, you're kind of sitting there and you're like, yeah, I'm just getting paid to do what I'm being told to do,
right?
But then so we got some pictures here. So then, you know,
it's like a third world country.
It does. I mean, it like what you said. It looks like, you know, when a hurricane rolls through.
According to the caption, that is what the luxury package at Fire Festival.
That was yep, okay. Yep. So that's
we got God. He comes on our show sometimes. So that was God.
So our producers are great here. We always give them shouts for their behind the scenes work. But they pulled up pictures of exactly what we're describing right now. I recommend checking out the documentary, but the pictures Nate just pulled up were it basically looks like the Bahamas after a hurricane rolls through.
It actually looks like a nice version of Haiti after the earthquake.
Yeah, and so you
like
can
if you
kind
had
of
that,
yeah,
it's
so
like
you
it look kind of nice, but still look kind of nice, but it's still like after the earthquake in Haiti, and you got FEMA tents set up. That's what it looked like.
Right. So what I was going to say is that, you know, with this and a social media account, you know, a huge social media account doing most of the marketing and promoting for this type of thing, you know, a lot of the time, you know, you're like, sure, the money talks, you know, you're like, okay, I'll do this. Mm-hmm. You know, you do want to protect the brand. So, you know, when people do start saying nasty shit, you know, you want to get rid of some of those comments, but that's what they were doing. So people started writing comments on their posts saying this is fake. Don't go, you know, they were actually like dropping knowledge to try and give people a heads up. Mm-hmm. And they were censoring the comments. They were going through deleting all the comments. So like that, there comes a point where like you kind of have to draw a line, and you can't do
see all
stuff
that. You
like
gotta
that.
you gotta start doing your due diligence. Like, okay, all people saying this, like, okay, what's happening here?
Right. There's like an ethical side to things where you're like, all right, you know, we probably shouldn't be promoting this because, well, you as a brand, you also want to remember your name is attached to this as well. You know, when the people who are going, you're like, that we heard it through Fuck Jerry. We heard about this. Fuck Jerry was the one telling us to go to this.
And a wise man once said, all I have is my name and my balls, and I won't break them from nobody.
Yeah. I mean, that honestly.
You know what that is?
What is that?
You know what that is? You know what movie that is?
It sounds like Al Pacino that you were just.
That is Al Pacino. What movie?
Any Given Sunday.
No. Nate, you know? Producer? Nate?
What do you got?
Can't hear you, Nate.
Scarface,
right.
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
Scarface.
That was an obvious one.
All I got is my name and my balls, and I won't break them for nobody.
I'm actually really upset that I didn't get that.
I'm actually surprised. Yeah, that's like a guy's like any guy. I mean, it's not actually Carlito's Way is a way better movie than Scarface. Scarface really isn't that good of a movie, but for whatever reason,
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far.
What?
I wouldn't. You're making it sound like they're on opposite ends of the spectrum, and
Carlito's Way is a better movie than Scarface. Same concept, but just
it is
better,
very, very similar.
better executed.
No.
I mean, you got to think of like it's funny, like that movie couldn't be made now because Al Pacino in both movies played a Latino dude.
He played the same character. I mean, it was
he played Puerto Rican in one and Cuban in one, but Carlito's Way is way better than Scarface. I think Scarface just got big because, it got big in the rap community because he came from nothing and then he got something and then they just took a hold to it. But it's actually not really a good movie, though. But it got some good lessons in it. The dude talked to his sister and Scarface killed him, chopped him up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's like a, it got some good lessons like, you know what, maybe you shouldn't talk to your guy's sister. That's not a good idea.
That's not a good look.
Yeah, not at all.
So one thing I wanted to bring up, Subway related. We just missed, and because of the recordings, it fell in between podcasts. The No Pants Subway ride, 2019 No Pants Subway ride, just passed last weekend.
I should have sent my picture in when I did it. So last year I actually did this. And I felt like it was because I had to do it because there was a couple of reasons. Did you wear SubwayCreatures stuff?
I had a hoodie on that I wore.
Okay.
So me and Asa Akira, the porn star, we did this together. Now, obviously, with running an account called SubwayCreatures, I felt like I definitely needed to do this at some point. Like you just kind of have to, even though I hate everything that it represents, every aspect of it. I hate. I hate the group that runs it. I hate improv everywhere.
I've actually interviewed the guy who starts the whole deal.
Yeah, I hate that shit. But it's become such like a novelty thing in the subway that I'm like, I have to do this. So I reached out to Asa, and I was like, listen, we need to do something like this. Like, this is a great opportunity for us to kind of collaborate and do a video together. And she was all about it. She was awesome. She was all about it. She's like, not only that, she's like, I can get Pornhub to sponsor it. So that way,
a whole bunch of naked bitches will come out.
So, that in a way, that's what I thought she originally meant. And I actually got nervous because I'm like, oh God, what am I going to have to do? But what she meant by it was I can get Pornhub to hire a cameraman, a sound guy, an editor, and we'll make this done the right way. We're not just going to go out on an iPhone and film this. We're going to do it right. So we did it, and we actually. Where was
I?
This was last year. Were you in New York?
Yes.
Okay. Where you
Why
were?
You call me?
You were inside. The day we did it, it was the Hudson River was frozen over. That's how cold it was. It was that week where the temperature never went higher than 10 degrees. And so you can imagine people in their underwear, it's not the most flattering day for this, but it was fun doing it with her because we broke off from the group and we just did our own thing. So the way we wanted to present it is we did like a scavenger hunt. And it was me and Asa.
Do we have pictures of this?
Honestly, if you guys if you Google it, unfortunately my name I'm on Pornhub, dude.
Hell
so the video popped up.
I didn't want to do it with y'all then.
I didn't even know this. So I went to a golf outing over the summer, and some guy was like, it was one of my friends from college was like, dude, so I saw your video up on Pornhub, and I go, what are you talking about? He goes, your video's on Pornhub. And I go, you got to be shitting me. I go, I have no idea what you're talking about. And he pulls it up on his phone. And I'm on Pornhub with Asa doing the No Pants Subway ride.
Oh, here we go right here.
Yeah. So we got pictures. We got pictures here. So now that's the hoodie I'm wearing. Yeah, you can see.
Zoom into your junk.
Dude, I was so uncomfortable. I didn't know how to stand. I'm like, this is one of those really awkward situations.
My picture's on my IG. My phone's freezing, so I was gonna send it to you guys. But it's like I did it.
Wait, you did it?
Ago. Yeah, it's on my IG.
Not last year though.
No, like 3 years ago.
Okay.
I was trying to send it to him.
Okay. So the way we wanted to set it up was we wanted to, obviously if we're gonna make a video doing this, you got to keep it interesting, and we got to make it fun. So we were like, let's do a scavenger hunt where I come up with 3 tasks that Asa has to do, and she's going to come up with 3 that I have to do, and we're going to draw them out of a hat, and each person has to complete those tasks, and the person who hits 3 first, the other person actually has to take all their clothes off on the train for the No Pants Subway ride.
So y'all did basically like a truth or dare, and the first person to complete 3 dares.
Right. But we kind of made the tasks
Please
fun.
Tell me you won. Please tell me you won.
Oh, I absolutely won, and there are also pictures of that. If you guys do the exact same thing,
need Asa to be naked.
So let me tell you what happened. So the No Pants Subway ride has become this big thing in New York City, and not only New York City, it's actually international.
It's
international. I was this year. I was getting videos from France. I believe it was the Paris subway, the Underground in London. It's international. So there's a lot of news that covers it. There's a lot of if you want to call it paparazzi. There's just a lot of like cameramen there just to.
Oh yeah, paparazzi.
So we show up. And right off the bat, there are photographers who identify Asa. And they know, not to mention we have a cameraman with us. So we kind of, we're standing out a little bit.
Yeah.
So they decide they're going to break off from the group with us, and they're going to follow us for the whole day. So we're sitting there, and there's now 3 or 4 photographers that are now, we actually tried to escape them at one point. And
How?
We tried when the train got to a station. We waited till the last second to try and run out to catch another train, and it didn't work out. They actually sprinted with us and jumped onto the train with us because they wanted to document the entire thing that we were doing.
So y'all was trying to sprint with the camera people that y'all brought
we were
from
so
Pornhub.
scared that they were going to ruin our video because they were going to post these pictures before we got to edit our video and put it out.
Okay.
So, it's kind of one of those things where you're like, it's a spoiler. And that's exactly kind of what happened because within 24 hours, these pictures were all over the internet. Asa wound up losing and taking off her top on the train. And the reactions from people were actually hilarious because half of them didn't even know what was going on. And the other half, there were like, for instance, there was one guy who pulled his hat down over his eyes. Like he was sitting right in front of her and pulled his hat down over his eyes. I have no idea, but there's a funny picture. I wish I had it, but
so what the titties look like in real life though?
We'll pull this up, but so that's me and Asa on the train with her top off. Now
there's a noticeable difference between your lower half than before. It's great.
It was warmer on the train.
Let's go with that. Rick came alive a little bit when she lost the bet.
No, also it was awesome. So her husband,
her areolas look kind of small.
Her husband actually came with us because we were a little nervous. Why
are these porn stars married? I'm trying to
they're normal people, dude.
No. But this is what I'm saying though. This is what I'm saying because you wouldn't think that a porn star would be married. Just honestly speaking, just like in the grand scheme,
I can understand
macro speaking.
I can understand where you're coming from, but I have a feeling a lot more are married than not.
But that's what I'm saying. Macro speaking, you wouldn't think that these porn stars are married, but micro, it's like when you really break down everything, it's like okay, I can see how all y'all are married based on like what they do for a living and how it's just normalized. And they probably want something to get away from that wildness of porn, and over here they got like a stable home life. They married, white picket fence.
Oh yeah,
all that type of stuff.
No, that's exactly what it is.
And then on top of that, she know all the tricks, so she can get a man.
Right, and we after hanging out with her all day, you talk to her and you're just like, God damn, like she's just a cool person. Like she's just, she's not like just. I don't know what I didn't really have any expectations going into it. I was actually nervous because I was like, I'm spending the whole day with her. Like, what are we going to be talking about? What are we going to do?
So let me ask you this. If you met a chick that was a porn star and you was in a relationship, would that make you nervous? Like going into a relationship with a woman who does porn?
I don't think I could do it. You're talking about if I could get into a relationship with a porn star?
And then eventually like marriage. Like,
and go to that next step.
Were you thinking about like, we'll get married?
I don't know. I don't personally, I don't think I could do that. I don't know. There's just something, I don't know. There's just something that's like what you want to be sacred is not sacred because everyone else has seen,
right?
And it's out there.
I feel that.
So
me on top of what you said, I'm also like, I think that maybe maybe I might be kind of insecure. I'm like,
yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, yo, like, am I like when I'm in the groove with you, like, do you feel something? Do you feel this? Does this
right?
Does this matter to you?
Right.
Like when I'm doing it and then you make the sounds because you know how to make the sounds. You a porn star, so you know how to. Oh yeah, ooh
right,
yeah.
Right.
So when you doing it with me, what is it?
I don't remember if we asked Danny Daniels when she was on the show any of this kind of stuff, but we probably should get her back. I actually wanted to get Asa back for the 1 year anniversary so we can talk about the video that we shot and talk about the whole experience, but she's actually very pregnant right now. So she's
pregnant.
Oh yeah. She's like, I think right now she's like 7 or 8 months pregnant. And like I said, I know her husband. I talk to her husband all the time. Because he was an awesome guy. He came with us because obviously we were worried Asa getting naked on the subway. We were like, yo, like what could happen? You could have guys jumping at her, like people will know her. We didn't know if she was going to get swarmed. We really had no idea what was going to happen.
Tell me what did she get swarmed? Did people
She didn't. So what was actually helpful was we were in the first car in the front of the train. So that right there limits how many people are going to be on that car. And then the other part was my cousin who came to help because, I'm walking around. I need to take my pants off. So I need someone to help carry some of the stuff that we're doing. So I asked my cousin to come with us to help carry some of the stuff. So him, and he's a pretty big dude. You've seen him. So yeah. So he's a pretty big dude. And then Asa's husband came with one of his boys. And they almost formed like a little bit of a barrier right behind her. So the other end of the car couldn't necessarily see. But the people that were sitting right in front of us had a front row show. And the funny part about that was there was this old couple from out of town because they had accents. They had British accents. And they were the cutest couple because they were sitting there. And I got nervous at first. I'm like, oh my God, these people are going to like be so pissed. And as soon as her top came off, they were laughing. They were taking pictures. They thought it was the greatest thing ever. I think that it probably made their New York experience right there.
The old British couple.
Yeah. And just for the record, it's legal in New York for women to take their tops off.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to worry about that at all. That's actually part of a past law recently that women can walk around without the tops on. So, we didn't have to worry about that either. Honestly, the only thing we had to worry about were creepers and the cold because it was below zero that day. It was very cold.
It was below zero with wind chill? Or
with wind chill, yeah. It was freezing. Dude, I'm telling you, the Hudson River is frozen over, and that river never freezes over. So I just
found a clip. I'm about to send Nate.
Is this of you doing it?
It was me and my guy, Sid. So I used to do a web series called Top 5.
Okay.
And so he hit me up. He was like, boom, let's go out and do the no pants ride. I didn't even know what it was because I'm not from here, so I didn't know what it was until then. And so we did it, and we did like a top 5.
So you blindly agreed to do this?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, anything for like I said, we were doing this web series. I mean, it's still up now. It's called Top 5 with Fred and Sid. And so we went out, we did the whole deal. He recorded it, and then at the end, we did I think we did top 5 ways to get in a girl's pants, to get her drawers or something like that. But I just sent the link to Nate, and so he'll get it. He'll pop it up pretty soon. So it's me and my guy Sid.
Yeah, if you guys can pull that up whenever, because the other part is, let's you know what? For the people listening who don't know what this is, right? All you're hearing right now. Right. So this is okay. So this is you guys doing what? How long ago was this?
This was the date is on it. What's the date? What's the date on that?
I can't read that from here.
I can't read it from here.
January 10th, 2016.
Oh, okay.
So 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago. So yeah, that's that's me and my guy Sid the Great. He's like another host. He does things on IG.
See, you guys went t-shirt. It was too cold that day. I had to at least do a hoodie. Plus, I had to have some identification on there. Right. Because the other part, I was like, I'm walking around with Asa. If people are taking pictures, I need that SubwayCreatures right next to her.
Got to.
Which worked out because, like I said, the paparazzi did wind up taking these pictures, and it was all over the place. But
I think with us, no, I had a coat. I had a t-shirt, but I had a coat, and I took it off just to take the picture.
Okay.
But it wasn't as cold. It wasn't 0 degrees. It wasn't. Yeah. I think that day when we did it in 2016, I think it might have been like 30 degrees.
Right.
Something like that. So it's like bearable. Because, you know, your legs, you don't really feel cold in your legs like you do in your upper body.
No, you definitely
it's
don't.
less blood.
I don't know the science behind it, but you're correct.
But that's the science. You got organs and you got less blood circulation.
So for the people who don't actually know what the No Pants Subway ride is, it's always on a Sunday. It's usually one of the first or second weeks in January. And this group, Improv Everywhere, organizes, it's supposed to be this kind of flash mob kind of a thing where people, they get on the train, and then at some point, whether it's one or two stops, once being on the train, you just take your pants off and you act like everything's normal. Like the whole point of it is to act like everything's normal. You don't want to bring attention to it. You just want to stand there, and you're supposed to, you know, you look at all the reactions you're getting around you, and people think, you know, you're crazy. And, you know, since there's more than one person doing it, everyone's like, what the hell's going on? And then there's a meetup in Union Square, at least for the New York location, Union Square afterwards. And there's almost like a big party in Union Square. There's like a DJ, and they go to a bar afterwards.
So that's what we did. So at our like on our picture that he just posted, if you see above us, you got Union Square. Yeah. So it's good. So we both have done this, and we didn't even realize that going into this. But like I said before, I can't stand it. It's honestly one of the days that New Yorkers, if you know about this, you're like, all right, I'm avoiding Union Square that day. I'm avoiding, because if you guys can pull up the video of this guy who we're about to show you is a staple. I posted this video on the account, so if you're only listening, you can check out SubwayCreatures and the guy in his underwear. And Freddie, I know you saw this one. Yes, I did.
There is volume if you guys have it. Freddie, what are we seeing here?
So there's this man, looks like he gets doubled as Santa Claus, but he got some tighty whities on, and he has like, he's like twerking. He's like body rolling. He's hip rolling in his tighty whities, and in his crotch area. I don't know if that's real or that's a prosthetic. But he got like a little pecker pointing out.
No, that's a good point. I have no idea what's going on there.
Because it's not like the ball area ain't. I mean, pause everything I'm doing right now, because I'm like really analyzing this other man's crotch. But that's what we're doing right now.
Well, this guy apparently is there doing this every single year.
Is he?
Yeah. He also does it out in the pavilion area of Union Square, like on the outside area. He does this weird twerk thing, and then he does this thing with his belly where he can like make his belly like
wave.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it.
He does the belly wave.
Because he's got a little bit of a tank on him. Yeah. So
like my guy can do that really well. Like it was. Pause that too. Why I even know that? But like, I was like, we was in school. My guy Lester, he like a great singer, R&B. He's in Atlanta. It was for whatever reason I was standing next to him. He didn't have his shirt on. I think I'm gonna say we was at a swimming pool.
You're really backing yourself into a corner here,
right? That's what I'm saying. Pause this whole story. Pause it all. But I think we were at a swimming pool. Let's go with that. We were at a swimming pool, and he did the belly wave, and he did it like perfectly. He like rolled it in and out. I was like, what in the hell? How can you do that so well? Shout out my guy Lester L2 Shaw. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. He can do that, and I tried to do it, but it looks like I got a collapsed lung when I do it. So I was like, let me just stop. My ribs don't.
That's all muscle control, man.
It must be. I don't know, and I don't have it.
So for next year, for the 2020 No Pants Subway ride, I think it's the first Sunday in January.
Is that when it is?
Stay home. Don't go.
I mean,
out.
I think.
However, if you want to check, you want to check it out. I did it. I'm not gonna lie, I had fun doing it, but that's also because of the circumstances surrounding me. You know, it was a lot of fun that day. It was a long day.
I mean, everybody is not able to do the No Pants Subway ride with a porn star.
Well, it is
with
something
a body like that, and then she ends up pulling her titties out.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely something to cross off the old bucket list.
I mean, if you tell me, Fred, every year you're going to do the No Pants Subway ride, and you're going to do it with a woman with some nice titties, and she's going to pull them out for you. I'm like, you know what?
Well, that's the bad part, because then I right afterwards, I was like, shit, I think I just set the bar way too high. I'm like, we just can't do it anymore, because I don't even know, how do you top this?
Yeah, you can't really top that.
No, you just don't do it anymore.
I can top it, because I was with my guy,
Yeah, you've got nowhere but up to go.
Exactly. Exactly. I was next to some more balls, so somebody got some titties. It don't matter what your titties look like. You want to do it with me and then pull your titties out. I'm game.
Yeah, you just got to find someone who's game. You just got to find someone who's game.
You feel me?
So No Pants Subway Ride 2019. It is over and done with. Until next year, that'll be taking a back seat. Guys, let's jump into the clip of the week already.
Next up, Subway Creatures, clip of the week.
That's gonna be a new beat for you. It does sound like, oh man, some kind of bone crusher song right there.
I ain't never scared.
Yeah, right.
I ain't never scared. I ain't never scared.
We got
this clip of the week. This clip of the week ain't gonna scare me. Okay.
Listen, you don't want to go down that road. You're gonna have to start writing again. You're gonna.
That rap took a lot out of me.
For those of you who did not listen to the last episode, you are in for a treat. You need to go back and listen to it because after teasing the audience for 23 episodes, 22 episodes,
long enough.
Freddie finally decided to spit some fire for us. Yeah. And
I was doing a lot of teasing, and I finally let y'all hit. And
I'm not gonna lie, man. I went back and listened to it because that was one of those things. I was so caught off guard by what was happening during that episode that I blacked out. So I didn't hear anything that you actually said in the raps. I was kind of out of it. And then I went back and listened to the episode. I'm like, oh shit! He actually put a lot of thought into this. This wasn't just him making words rhyme. This was he was talking about the podcast. He's dropping names in there.
Yeah, I mean, it was a crafted rhyme. I'm just kind of, I was kind of disappointed I wasn't able to ride the beat. Because that's the thing with rap. A lot of people think you listen to rap and it's just oh, they rapping, they just saying some words, it's whack. But you got to ride the beat. There's a syncopation with the beat. There's a beats per minute. And you have to, when you rhyming, you have to also ride the beat. You can't just say your rhyme and just neglect how the beat goes. You gotta keep your breath control, all that. And then if you're nervous, if you stumble and you gotta, like what I did, you heard me stumble. So
you got Kim's ass out of her seat. She was dropping it.
Yeah, she was trying to twerk, and I don't know what that was, but
I don't think she just, her body didn't. She didn't intend on doing that. Her body just did that on its own.
Yeah, I think I was gonna say because it was kind of like a white girl.
It was a very tentative twerk.
Yeah.
That it was like a half twerk, half not. Yeah. One of her legs kind of got up in the air.
It's kind of like I remember the time I used to promote in New York, and I took this one white chick to this took her to Pink Elephant back. Man, some of y'all New Yorkers know what I mean by Pink Elephant. Took her to Pink Elephant. She was literally it was her and maybe another white chick in there, but she didn't know she was. Because we were supposed to go somewhere else, but she went with me there. So she was kind of nervous for a minute, but she loves rap music. But she's never been in a place with just black people. I think Rocco came on.
Where was this?
It's Pink Elephant. It's
but where was it though? Was it in Harlem? Was this in the
Pink
East side?
Pink Elephant would be West Village. It would be over there by where SOBs, near where SOBs is. Okay. That's what you call that area?
Isn't that is it the not?
It's Tribeca, West Village.
I was gonna say West Village, but I think it's more south.
It's a little bit south,
Soho.
Yeah. So I think it might be Tribeca, West Village, over in that area. So it's in Manhattan, but it's just that club. It's just black people go there and shit. But she was there. Long story short, she was there. Rap music came on. Her song came on, and when your song come on, it just getting you. It get in your soul. It might be white, black, Mexican, whoever you are, you gonna dance. But she danced, but she realized I'm in a black club. I can't really dance. But she just wanted to move, and it was real weird and nervous, and it was very funny because she just it was she had a spirit sit your ass down, bitch.
She got possessed.
But yeah, it was she was fighting. It was spirits fighting. I want to dance, but sit your ass down, bitch. I want to dance, but sit your ass down, bitch. That's what Kim was looking like when she was dancing.
Listen, whatever got her out of the seat, it seemed to have done its job. So
I'm surprised I was able to do that because Lord knows I'm not a rapper.
All right. So anyway, getting to this clip of the week, we got the girl who's using a Metro card to eat her Chipotle on the train. Did you see this one, Freddie?
What?
There's volume on this one too. If you guys,
what?
You haven't seen this one?
No, I haven't not seen it.
Yo.
What you just heard was Snickers from, I guess, her friend watching her take a big bite out of her Chipotle bowl with extra avocado with her Metro card.
Now, I was actually surprised to read some of the comments on here. This got a lot of press. People were a little split on whether they thought this was the most disgusting thing they've ever seen, or if they were like, yeah, I'm fucking eating the shit out of that guac ASAP. And I don't know, man. I'm kind of on the side of this might top the list of one of the worst food encounters I've ever seen on the subway.
I mean, here's the thing. With the Metro card, it kind of depends on, like, she might have just got it. She might have, like, just got on train and just got a new Metro card. But then again, here's the thing with the Metro card. I'm sure the people that put the Metro cards in the machine aren't, like, washing their hands and not keeping this Metro card super sanitary when they put them in.
The only thing I can really hope for her sake is that they're not putting cards in one at a time. They're putting them in, like, stacks. So that way that card maybe been, like, in the middle where it won't even be touched by human hands. It's in the middle of a huge stack. But I don't know how they do it, so.
But the thing is, like, how are they made? If that's the case, how are they made? Because they got a magnetic strip that you read and stuff like that. You got all those chemicals and what that is.
Yeah, we ask James about that shit.
Yeah, James Cordero.
We got to get him on and ask him about that. But regardless, I mean, if you're going to use your Metro card, why not just use your fucking hands at that point?
Exactly, that too. Or just, I mean, like, how do you get to that point to where I got to eat my guac bowl, my Chipotle bowl right now? I have to eat on the train right now. It must be eaten right now.
Listen, I don't know how well Chipotle travels. I know avocado turns. Have you ever seen avocado turn? That shit is gross. It turns brown, man. After what? After
30 minutes?
No. Well, that's what I was gonna say. It doesn't turn that quick,
right?
But it definitely, it's maybe a few hours, maybe half a day. I don't know. But there is a point where avocado starts turning like brown and it just ruins everything. So especially if it's on like a burrito bowl, it's done. It's over. It's all wasted.
This girl also, she looked like she was like 12 years old. You know, she like super young. You know, these young people nowadays, they just be.
Oh, for all I know, she was doing it for the gram.
Yeah, you know, young people nowadays, they want to be gram famous. That's it.
Right.
Once they gram famous, they done made it in life.
But is it for the wrong reasons? Because now the girl, you know, you go into the comment section, people were, you know, it's the comment section. It's brutal. It's.
She can't run for president. Like that's the thing. It's so many people some of these kids doing stuff now, and they don't know what the hell they want to do in life. Some of y'all probably could have been our next president. And you probably might have been a great president, but you can't run for president now because you eating a Chipotle bowl off a Metro card. Somebody gonna bring that up in a debate, like, listen, oh, you want to change taxes? Shut your dumb ass up. Roll the tape.
Freddie, I don't like to talk about politics, but I will say after the election of 2018, it doesn't matter what you've done in your past, you can be president nowadays. So let me just state that. This girl eating a fucking burrito bowl with a Metro card she could probably run for president next, 2020. And
that speaks so much to where we are.
It's so unfortunate.
Our next president is an asinine retard that eats their
I'm not even, I'm just saying it's
as a utensil.
The bar has been set pretty low. So
oh my God. Lord.
But that's what you said. This is what the kids these days. They'll do anything.
2028 or 2032. Run for president.
Why not 2020? Oh no, I guess that would be too early.
I'm too young.
What is the age? 35.
You gotta be 42.
Is it 42?
Yeah, you gotta be 42. You gotta at least be. I think 42 years old. Okay, look it up. Our producer gonna look it up. I thought. Like,
how old was Kennedy?
35.
It's 35. I thought.
You gotta be at least 35 to run for president.
I thought it was 35 because I thought
or maybe Barack was 42 when he became president.
Well,
is that what it is?
Kennedy was the youngest, right? I think JFK was the youngest president.
He's pretty fly though. He's pretty fly. JFK was like a playboy.
No, he was the man.
Playboy, yeah. I mean, but that's usually how it is. When your life get cut short, you get immortalized.
Well, yeah, unfortunately.
Like Jadakiss said, dead rappers get better promotion. So you can apply that everywhere.
That's facts.
Yeah, you apply that everywhere. Yeah. But I thought you had to be. But maybe Barack Obama was 42 when he became president the first time.
I'll tell you what, Barack Obama, if he was 42 when he went in, he looked 68 coming out.
Yeah.
Yo,
I mean, like
8 years in the White House, it takes a toll.
I mean, like people say when you go in the White House, you see so much stuff, you see so many secrets worldwide. It's like it's like cartoons.
Sleep. You don't sleep.
Like, you remember cartoons when like they would see something so terrible, they would immediately aid. Like, the gray hair would come out.
Yeah,
we got one up. Nate, what was you about to say something?
Obama was 47 when he got in office.
He's 47,
and the youngest president to have ever gotten in office was Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt, and that was at 42.
Oh, how old was
42?
How old?
Okay,
was
I knew somebody.
Pardon?
How old was JFK?
JFK was 43.
Oh, okay, he was right
Close.
there.
Yeah. So I knew like 40. I knew 42 was something. Like, is that the age limit though? But there's an age limit to become president.
35.
So the age limit is 35 to become president. Okay.
Yeah, I guess. And then, yeah.
I was like, where did I get 42 from? Okay. So, but yeah. So I mean, but then also with that, I gotta, Trump was like a big celebrity. He was able to ride that. So I gotta build up some more celebrity.
Well, yeah. Well, I guess if it's a popularity contest,
I mean, essentially what it is. Essentially, the presidency in America now is student council government president in high school.
I mean, I'm not,
That's all it is.
I'm not turning this conversation into a political debate, but
remember high school student council government president?
Yeah. Going back to your point, yeah, this girl, I think she can run for president, I think is where we were going with that.
Yeah, she possibly can.
But, it's what you were saying before, the kids, what they do for the gram these days, for
it's
Instagram, for
I want to punch
Twitter.
a little kid in the face. Like, more kids to be punched in the face.
Listen, we need to bring back bullying, okay? We need to bring it back. Everyone's too sensitive.
We need to bring back responsible bullying. There's a responsible bullying effect.
That's what I meant.
Like nowadays, it's like weird bullying. It's like, when you bring back responsible bullying, you pick on somebody just weaker than you, and you tell the weaker kid next time he pick on you, punch him in the face, he'll stop. Boom. People understand logic and understand life lessons.
I'm all for that. I'm all for
life
that.
lessons need to be learned.
I think people will stop being fucking big ass pussies if they,
your
was it this show? Was it the show that we were talking about when we were growing up and how it kind of shaped us into better people? Because
I think so, yeah, because I was bullied.
Yeah, exactly. And there was definitely one incident that I had where I was bullied, and I feel like it made me a better person.
I was bullied from first grade to my freshman year in college.
Damn.
Every year.
Damn.
Every year I had a bully. No, every year I had at least two bullies. Every year I had at least two people that bullied me.
But you felt like it made you a better person.
I mean, probably. I mean, that's why I'm here now, cracking jokes and stuff like that, because that was my outlet. Like, crack jokes.
At the very least, it made you stronger.
Yeah. I mean, most definitely, yeah.
Because I definitely, could attest to that side of it. I definitely think that it made me a stronger person, but, thankfully it didn't make you one of those vengeful people who are like, I'm going to get them.
Yeah,
it was a learning experience to an extent.
Because half of the police force have been bullied, and they became the vengeful people. Like, I'm gonna get y'all back. I got a badge now.
Oh, see, those are the kids. Those are the people. A lot of those are the people who go on power trips because they've never had it before.
Exactly.
And now all of a sudden, it's power that they don't even know how to handle.
And be clear, I'm not talking.
And it's not just cops, by the way. It's just anyone who
a lot of people,
is in a power situation,
authoritative
politicians,
situation.
Or
like especially because, and then I want to make clear, I'm not even talking about just white cops. I'm not even talking about like, oh, white cops coming back. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about cops, period. Because I've been bullied and harassed and just plain beat up, and the cop that did it was a black cop.
Oh yeah, it
was a black dude, big black dude who was corny and goofy, and I'm like, I could tell, in school you weren't about nothing.
Yeah,
so I was doing it. I got you.
I know people. It could go either way.
Yeah.
We also have, digging into the comment section here, this one was actually kind of fun to be able to go through some of these names here. We had there was a guy dressed in a weed costume.
And I was wanting Kim here for this one.
I know. I was really upset when she called and said, ultimately, it's too cold to come. That's what I heard. No, I was saying before, we'll give her the pass on this one, but it's 0 degrees outside. I don't blame her, but
is it 0?
Dude, it's got to be less than that, if anything.
It's 11. I got 11 on my
I'm telling you, I showed up and I couldn't feel my face.
Is that the weather or drugs, sir?
It's Monday night. It could be either or. Weed Man, the guy who dresses up in this costume. Guys, if we could pull a video up, this is awesome. This guy apparently is around the subway system all the time in New York City. He's got a huge marijuana leaf that he's trying to put on his head, and he's wearing marijuana pants, a Rasta hat. He's got a long beard. Thing looks like he's been working on it for a while. Yeah, that's his beard.
I had no idea. I thought it was. I don't know what I thought that was.
Look how long that thing is.
I thought it was like a string, but that's his beard. Okay, that's new information for me. Damn, I wish I had that information before I thought about it.
Hey, if you could be like Kim and change on the fly, more power to you. But I just want to go through. So what I asked the followers was to name this superhero, and they'll give you the top 5 here. I want to give shout outs because this is this is what encourages people to fucking to write in.
Yo, that one was a good one.
So we got number 5. The ex-lion tamer said, we're going to name this superhero Dr. Doob. So I like Dr. Doob.
Dr. Doob.
Number 4, King of Zamunda 29, Cannabis Prime. That's a good one, too.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a good one, too.
That's good.
Number 3, Grateful Redhead, Captain Kush.
Captain Kush, okay.
Some of these are a little obvious, but I actually, I like where they're going with it.
Yeah, that's good.
Number 2, Broccoli Robinson, Bud Lightyear. I like that one, too. A little bit of thought went into that one. That was a good one.
Okay, I like
that. And the number 1, Live Sucker Free, the Dank Knight.
That?
Yo, the Dank Knight is... You call it a rap after that one.
Man, that is a good one. Live Sucker Free. Shout out to you. Make sure when this... He gotta watch this episode so he can... I want him to get, like, my props. Like, that is hilarious. The Dank Knight, that is hilarious.
And Nate, I saw you write it down. Just put it in highlighter. The Dank Knight. We are calling it the Dank Knight. Absolutely. So thank you, everyone, for writing in. And I always say it. If you think you have a better comment or caption, make sure you leave it in the comment section. And if it's good enough, we'll give you a shout out on the show. Yeah. That's the whole point of this.
Live Sucker Free?
Yeah, shout out to Live Sucker Free. Shout out to all these guys. Yeah. Not only just the ones we were reading off of, but there was a lot to choose from. I went off of a lot of the ones that were the highest voted, but there were also a couple I saw in there that, probably some good honorable mentions in there. But did you have any you wanted to share for this, or do you not really want to follow up Dank Knight?
I mean, I'm here. I'm gonna try it up. I don't know, like the Dank Knight. I can't follow that up. That was gold. Like I'm not even gonna touch that one.
That's a good one.
What I got is I don't have any names for superhero. I got just captions.
Yeah,
when I saw it.
You know what? Why not?
And my caption was one of them is an insight into Kim's daydreaming mind when she smokes. Like that is a vision into Kim's mind. That's Kim's mind when she's high.
That is
right there.
Honestly what was going through Kim's mind when she texted me saying I'm not coming today. It was her putting on her weed costume on her couch.
And then my second one is like, they got strains of weed. I got to set it up a little bit. They got strains of weed.
Oh yeah. Indicas, sativas.
Right. So that is the visual representation of Reggie. When somebody said they got some Reggie weed, that's what they talking about.
Those are regs. Those are regs right there.
That's some Reggie.
Yep.
That's some Reggie. That's some sorry grade of weed.
I don't know, man. That could go either way. That could also be.
He couldn't put the weed leaf on his head. He was struggling.
Guys, let's pull it up one more time if you have it.
He was trying to put it on. He was having struggle to put it on his big ass head. That's Reggie. That ain't good weed. That's Reggie weed.
Yeah, but if I'm gonna ask someone for weed, he probably looks like a good person.
Why?
Look at him.
He looks like a good person? That guy. He looks like a great person to get weed from.
Do you have the video to pull up one more time, just so we have reference? Look at this guy. You're telling me this guy smokes mids?
No. That's like, you know what you just said? That's like you want to buy designer clothes from the guy who got Gucci print from head to toe. He got a Gucci hat, Gucci face mask, Gucci shirt,
that dude
Gucci
looks
pants,
authentic
Gucci
as
socks,
shit.
Gucci shoes. Like, I'm not buying designer from you. You're doing too much.
That guy looks authentic as shit.
He's doing too much. He has pants with leaves on them. He's doing too much.
So where are you going? Where's the other end of the spectrum for that?
I don't smoke weed, so I can't really. But I know where not to get Reggie from. But if I did smoke weed, I'm gonna get it from the guy who he got just a indica leaf, a marijuana leaf brooch on his lapel.
I'll tell you where not to go. Bleecker Street. You ever been on Bleecker Street? Oh my Lord! During the summertime, smoking coke. Dude, every fucking guy you walk by on Bleecker Street, smoking coke.
Coke?
I'm telling you. Have you guys ever heard that? Yo, I swear to God.
That's not weed. On coke?
No, they just mean they have it. They have it all. But you walk up and down Bleecker Street during the summer in New York City.
But people smoke weed and put coke in it, though. And lace it with coke.
A woo banger. Yeah.
Is that what you call it, a woo banger?
A woo banger. But I don't think that's what they're referring to. They're like, do you want smoke or do you want coke? I got it both.
I don't trust you.
Guys.
If I had weed, I want to buy it from somebody who just sells weed. Like, you sell weed, not
no,
weed,
I'm saying
coke, DMT,
no, I'm
LCD,
saying when I started
LSD, plasma TV. No, if you selling all that, I don't want the weed.
When I started off saying, I said, don't ever buy from the guys on Bleecker Street. Smoke or coke, smoke or coke. I'm telling you, you just walk up and down. That's what these guys do. They just hang outside the bars. They walk up and down the street. And as you're passing them, they just go, yo, smoke a coke, smoke a coke. Like, they just, real quick, they're just like, right in your face.
Hell no.
I swear to God, that happens all the time.
Setup.
Well,
sounds
I want to know, because you know what
it
it probably is? It's probably like the really drunk kids, because NYU's right there. It's probably like the college kids, the really drunk kids who are just like, oh, yeah, hell yeah, I need that. You know, like, or out of towners who have no idea where to find shit. It's right there in their face. But hell yeah, I'm saying the same thing. I'm like, I'm not buying that shit off of you. Hell no.
Smoke or coke?
Smoke a coke. Smoke a coke. Smoke a coke.
If you dibble in the opioid and cocaine and that whole game, I don't want my weed from you, because that might have leaked into my weed.
So that's why you want the guy. That's why you want the guy who's wearing the big marijuana leaf on his chest.
I don't want him either, because he's selling Reggie. That's Reggie.
I would have loved to have Kim's perspective on this.
Oh, she smoked. She would have had puns for days. I'm trying to think of a pun. I'm not a punny guy. She's like Queen Pun,
right?
Like the rapper Queen Pun. Oh,
well, see, that's why we don't even try.
Yeah.
We're all ready to shameless plugging, Freddie. What do you got for us?
Shameless plug. So you guys know what it is. Follow me on all social media, Freddie B TV. If you're watching, you can see that there is no Y in my name. There we go. No Y in my name, Freddie B TV. Y'all make sure you follow me, and I'm doing my movie reviews. So, if you got a movie you want me to review, make sure you DM me, and I'm reviewing movies. So if you want to see movies, go see me. And guys, as always, make sure you comment, subscribe, and rate to the podcast. Subscribe, comment, and rate, and tell 3 people you love, 3 people you hate. So all we need you to do is free. And make sure you follow Kim. Pull up Kim's lower third and on this empty chair. Y'all got this empty chair in a camera? I don't know.
I don't know if they have it framed up.
They may not have it framed up, but if you don't, make sure you follow Kim at Kim Congdon.
There they go. They're moving it right over.
This is where Kim normally sits. Make sure you follow her right there at Kim.
It's kind of sad.
Kim Congdon, y'all, on Instagram, and Kimberly Congdon on Twitter. And she posts a lot of weird stories where she smokes weed and does stand-up comedy all over the country. So if you love stand-up comedy, follow Kim Congdon.
I gotta start checking out her stories. You talk
and,
about
and she does broad topics. She's Kimmy P. We call her Kimmy P because she does Kimmy podcast. She does broad topics. So follow her. Boom, follow her.
Broad topics
here.
with an X.
Broad topics with an X, guys, not with a C, but with an X, guys. Broad topics. She does that. And Stone Science. She's still doing Stone Science.
I don't know.
I don't even know, but she used to do.
They can
Stone
definitely still check
Science.
it out.
But if just Google that, and it might be there because I ain't got the answers. Sway.
Hey, listen.
I ain't got the answers.
You just did enough for her. Yeah, you might have done better shameless plugging for her than she does for herself.
And she wear overalls.
She wears overalls.
She wear overalls.
I got to start following her
overalls.
Stories. I got to start following her stories, man. You always talk about them, and I got to start checking those out, I guess.
You got to be high to watch them, to get them.
Well,
I can tap into my high mind even though I don't smoke to get it.
That's very talented.
She literally would like IG story the sky and be like, and put like fuck on it. And then that's it. You'd be like, because she's high.
Yep.
She smokes too.
But we also know her well enough that we know where her head's at. We know exactly what she means when she does that.
Where your head at? Ain't that a song?
It is. Okay. All right, guys. Check out What Is New York as well as Subway Creatures. Obviously, if you're listening to this, you're already following Subway Creatures. Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, YouTube, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, anywhere you get your podcasts. Check out a 14-day free trial using promo code Subway on gasdigitalnetwork.com. And I know I say it every week, but you'll get not only our show, but every other show on the network, which is definitely worth checking out. And they're only adding shows. They're not even taking shows away. They're only adding shows. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely worth checking out. I recommend it.
Hours of content.
If you don't like it, just cancel, and there's no charge to you. That does it for this week. Unfortunately, I don't think Freddie will be here for the next episode, so we'll be missing you, sir. But you will be in a better place. You're going to be in a better place, though.
Biggie Small or something?
You're gonna be at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'll be in the Super Bowl, but you know who will be here in spirit? Because last show when I wasn't here, you know who was here. I could see him tapping into y'all souls.
Who's that?
Yeah,
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. We cut his mic for that. They knew it was coming. Until next week, guys. We'll see you then.